Hello, I hope you're doing well today. My name is Ian Green, and I'm the musician for Music Dreams and also for Ian J. Green, two different artist profiles you can find wherever you stream your music. Today I'm going to be looking at Unit 9, Part 1 of the lovely book called Intermediate Elementary Music Rudiments by Mark Sarnecki. And today we're going to be working on the first part of a few different parts related to the topic of intervals. Now first, the most important thing is, what is an interval? And let's go over to a shared screen, and I'll explain that a little bit more clearly. Let's just make sure to find the right information so without adding confusion. I'll share the screen again. And there we go. Okay. Now, an interval basically is the space between two notes. That's a pretty straightforward example. But the details are in how to find the space between two notes, and also the difference, finding the difference and writing or recognizing the difference between a melodic interval and a harmonic interval. Now, traditionally, in this book and in Western music theory, the first and most important way to find an interval is to start on the bottom note and then count up every line in space to find the top note and to then count the distance between those two notes. So let's go over to the piano, and I'll play first an F and then go to an A, as is written here on page 39. And if you count every line in space with F as your first note, F, G, A, 1, 2, 3, this is an interval of a third. Now, a melodic interval is when you have one note written and then another note written right beside, where the notes are spaced apart. A harmonic interval is when the notes are stacked above each other. This is also the same interval, F and A played together, a third. All intervals have a specific number. And you can contain different types of intervals within a scale. There's even such a thing as called a unison, where you have let's say two different people singing the same note. You can have a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, a seventh, and also an octave. Now, traditionally, in a major scale, every single interval has a specific part to play within a piece of music. And there are different names for each different type of interval. The perfect intervals are always the unison, which is 1, the fourth, the fifth, and the octave. The unison, fourth, fifth, and octave. All of the other intervals are major intervals. We have a major second, a major third, a major sixth, and a major seventh. Now, some intervals are more pleasant to the ear, such as the major third, the major sixth, and some intervals are not as pleasant to the ear, such as the second, major second, and the major seventh. Now, they do exist in music, but some intervals are more commonly used than others just because they sound nice. And depending on the type of music that you listen to or the type of music that writers or composers used, there were some intervals, depending on the time period, that were more popular than others. But that is an overview of how to find intervals. There is the difference between a melodic interval and a harmonic interval, and also how to find one note to the next by counting every line in space. I do hope this information is helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and please check out part 2, which will be coming up very soon on this same channel. Until then, bye for now.